It's on, Rick.
It's on. We're at stop number 4, the Gatorade NISS Tour, Wildwood, New Jersey, and we're ready to go. We have some of the best East Coast skaters in town this weekend. Talk about the competition. The street course set up perfect, and I think a lot of you guys are now getting used to the new ramp.
I mean, this stop has everything. It's got the best skaters in the world. It's got the best weather in the world, the best setup. I mean, this is going to be
Barcelona, Spain.
Exactly, and a bunch of other East Coast skaters. John Ortiz, Corey Nelson, you know, Dave Bullis, they're all here, and it's on. It's you know, I lost my voice yesterday screaming for everyone. It's crazy.
Well, we're going to see you compete in a little bit, and it's stacked with a very, very strong top 16 once again on the street. On the vert, last week we saw the European invasion in Miami Beach. We still have some leftovers. The Australians are here representing Ian Smith, Josh Clark, Sam Fogarty. Those guys are incredible, and they're going to be tough to beat.
Exactly. You got the Europeans that usually dominate the half-pipe because Europe has all the parks.
Right.
But you got the East Coast, so there's nothing but a skate park because they all live in New York. There's no half-pipe, so we got a balance. It's going to be a great show.
We also have a best trick for you, which is something special, and you'll see that a little later in the show. We're going to start right now with the street course contest here on the Fox Sports Network. Yeah! And the first time ever in Wildwood, New Jersey for the Gatorade NISS Tour, you see the boardwalk in the background. But here's where the real action is on that street course, Bryant, and a lot of talented skaters showed up. The Gatorade NISS Tour on Fox Sports Net brought to you by Gatorade, life's a sport, drink it up. And by Panasonic Audio Products, proud co-sponsor of the NISS Tour. And by Casio G-Shock, time to get tough. And by Roasted, what do you want when you land on your feet?
This week, the course is really spread out, so you're going to see a lot of interesting things from the pro skaters this week. Lots of cool lines and very, very fast, aggressive skating, so stick with us. Let's check out some of the top 16, Rick.
All right, Brian, we're going to check out the top 16. Some skaters returning for their second and third time, and I think that's got to help. Guys like Rollerblading Rivera coming back for his second event. Corey Nelson getting familiar with the course.
Yeah, the more you come and the more you skate these transitions, the more used to it you get, and then you really, really can go off. We got all the big dogs in the house, so this show is really going to be interesting to see who takes it.
Guys like Matt Gallagher, local East Coast skater, ripping it up, coming for his first event.
Matt's really technical. Check out that alley-oop Mizu, 450 over the hip. He's a very solid skater.
And the Australian street skaters, Brian, they're beginning to come out to NISS and prove that Australia can not only skate vert, but street as well.
Oh, yeah, they're very technical. As you can see, that topside alley-oop porn star.
Josh Clark, 16 years old, from Melbourne, Australia.
Nice, shows he can launch.
And there's a familiar face. Hey, there you are.
Yeah, a little slipping on a little banana peel, but it's all good. A little alley-oop mocktail.
Brian bringing his own style and energy once again to the contest here. Another skater getting used to the course and coming up strong, Rollerblading Rivera, Team G, Team Hybrid, Team Roast.
Always looking good. Rollerblading goes big, but so does this guy, Corey Nelson.
Corey Nelson, a familiar face out here at the Gatorade NISS Tour, getting better and better at every event, always breaking the top 10.
Holding nothing back, Corey masters the death rail by going backside across and down.
And that's exactly what you want to do on that rail. Ian Smith, once again, one of those Australians, Brian. Not only is he great on street, but he's also great on vert.
And he's got a dope last name. But he came out and he's very technical and really attacked this course. Oh, put his hands down just a bit.
Team Bauer, Sam Fogarty, making a name for himself here in the USA.
Sam is representing, coming out with a huge 450, very smooth skater. Oh, bacon in the pan. There goes Alexis. This guy came all the way out from Spain, Rick, and really ripped up this course with very technical tricks. Check out that top side acid all the way down the power box.
Barcelona street champ Alexis Aja coming here to the Gatorade NISS Tour and trying to prove he can hang with the USA.
He'll be hanging with Aaron Feinberg with that Rocket Macchio.
East Coast, Ray Mendez, Team Oxygen, always a good skater, very competitive, and knows exactly what you need to do out there to get ahead and go through the round.
Just like New York style, Homeboy can bust big launches and you can mix it up with nice grinds. Ray's going to really do well.
Earning the nickname, the Canadian Express, John Bergeron can't be stopped.
John Bergeron really uses that hip. He can go higher than anyone. He's an intense launcher and very fast, aggressive skater. You watch his style, he's just boom and he's out.
17-year-old John Glenn from Eagan, Minnesota also has a good style on the course, Brian.
Showing his versatility on those switch 360s. Coming up and pow. I can grind as well with that alley-oop.
Another guy who charges hard, Ricky Martinez out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Ricky Martinez rushes this course and attacks it with everything he has. But he also shows that he can grind. He's got this zero spin, he can grind.
And one to watch here at the Gatorade NISS Tour all season long, 16-year-old John Ortiz.
John really does the most beautiful 540s I've ever seen, and he's really, really fluent, and his style is so incredible, so we're going to definitely see him up there.
Ah, Slinky in the house, and so are you. That's a look at our top 16. Stick around, we have our top 8 coming at you on Fox Sports Net. Welcome back to the beautiful boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. Stop 4 in the site of the Gatorade NISS Tour. Earlier, Brian Smith had a chance to go down to the street course and talk to #1 seeded skater John Ortiz.
So John, you made it to the quarterfinals. You placed first yesterday. How do you think you're going to finish up?
Well, I don't know. I really don't care. I'm just having a lot of fun out here watching all these kids skate. I'm just glad I made it to the quarterfinals, but I still got to go up against John Bergeron, which is honestly one of my favorite skaters because he's so good, and it's going to be really good.
Bust it. Watch this. You're lucky I didn't make it.
All right. See, now with tricks like that, I don't understand why I didn't make it, because that was pretty ill. But oh well.
That's what it's all about, Rick Starks. Aggression. And that's what we're about to see here with Rollinson Rivera dropping in.
Rollinson Rivera about to start off the corner final heat as Rowe drops in on the big roasted start box. That's a sweet move right there.
Aliumacchio almost all the way up the end. Very difficult. And there goes a far side Macchio stall, 316, a bit of creativity. Slowing the coping over the hip.
Rollinson Rivera, the first skater out in his group. He's skating with Corey Nelson, Dave Collis, and Matt Gallagher. The 2 high scores will advance.
Rollinson have a really good run here. He's very solid. Hit all his tricks so far. Oh, messes up on the porn star. But he's charging that death rail. Heading over to the hip. Oh, and he does a topside sole. Very nice. Heading for that launch.
Rolandson Rivera having a good run, trying to get himself in the Final Four. That's where he thinks he belongs. That's where he wants to be as he gets back up, catches his breath. It was a good weekend, not too hot. It was great weather.
Yeah, it was great. He's got time for one more trick. Going for something big. Looks like he's going to get the launch. Going fakie. Zero spin all the way over. Very difficult. What a way to end your run. He had a very good run, Rick.
Next up, Dave Kolash, Omaha, Nebraska's very own, drop it in. He's in the Final 8 trying to get through to his first Final Four of the season.
Dave Kolash coming from the other side of the course, going big with a safety grab 180 over the power box. Very creative. Dave surprising everyone, came out in the top 16, had a great run, made it to the Final 8. He's going to do the same thing again here, Rick. Goes front side down the whole rail. Oh, put his hand down, but he's going to get his composure and finish up strong.
Dave Kolash came onto the Gatorade NISS team when he was about 17. Now he's 19, 2 years more of experience. A very good skater as he charges hard, looking for some speed on the Bower box.
Nice topside sole.
And there's about 15 seconds left for Dave. Brian, what do you think he's got left?
Here he goes heading for the hip. Nice 450. Oh, he catches the skate and goes down.
And that's probably going to cost Brian a little too much crossing the street course in the end. And you can see the lack of tricks in the last 20 seconds might cost Dave to the Bower box.
Oh, the alley-oop unity zero spin. Very, he gets difficult tricks to right. He's wasted a lot of time going back and forth.
Next up, Herndon, Virginia's Matt Gallagher.
Matt Gallagher with a nice loop hand. He could have held it a little bit longer. To hold that. There's a nice alley-oop 360. Really using these transitions. There's a nice loop cane over the hip. Oh, messing up on the sole, going down on the shin. That kind of ruins his line. But he's going to get right back into it, dropping in on the quarter pipe.
That's an 8-footer as he comes back down.
There's what they like to see, the fish brain all the way across the top. A nice little 360. Little bobble. Not skating as smooth as he usually does.
Gallagher trying to get himself in the Final Four once again. 4 skaters to a heat, the top 2 advance.
Nice with the backside Barfignugan.
And hits another trick late on the Bower box, Brian. He's kind of rallying here late with some tough tricks.
He's not looking as smooth as he does. He's stopping a little bit, you know, climbing up the things. The judges like it when you're nice and smooth and don't stop. Oh, and goes for the bio 450 and goes down baking in the pan on his knees. Overall, not a bad run, though.
Crowd appreciates his efforts. Rounding out this group of 4 is Corey Nelson.
Corey heading up. A nice parallel grab, late 180, and goes buckled.
Yeah, that's tough. He follows in the first 10 seconds of his run. Let's see if Corey could rally back.
Oh, I think he's going to go back and start his run over, which is really smart. Because you got to have a nice fluid line. I think that's probably what he's going to do. There's the parallel grab. Lands it perfect that time. Over the hip. Corey setting up. Nice with the Macchio down the rail. Now his groove is on. Nice sweat stance.
Corey Nelson with about 20 seconds left, coming back to the Bower box.
Nice fish brain. Corey, it's too bad he fell in the beginning because he's having a really good run right now. And there's a nice difficult trick, getting caught up a little bit with the topside porn star, but he hangs on. He's getting ready to finish up his run here.
Let's see if he can go out big.
Getting ready for one last trick. Got lots of speed. Backside, all the way across and down. What a way to finish his run. See, he started over and he really, really came through and had a perfect run. So he's only got that fall in the middle, but it's a good thing he went back because he had a great run.
And our second quarterfinal heat begins with 15-year-old John Bergeron from Montreal, Canada.
This boy can get ill. See how high he's going? He just looks so much better than everyone else when he gets that height.
Also smooth and fluid, Brian, as he approaches the Bower box.
There's a nice Lucane to topside sole.
It's a very tough heat. John Ortiz, Alexis Aja, and Ray Mendez, the next three skaters to come up. John Bergeron having a great run. Looks strong enough to get him into the next round.
Ah, he does a nice fish brain. John looking for another trick. A little bit tired. Getting up lots of speed, so we're going to head for the pyramid. Nice with the 540, but goes down bacon in the pan.
A lot of the skaters seem to be falling here on the street course, and that never helps your score as John Bergeron setting himself up for one more trick.
John usually takes the course with full anger. He's having a lot of stops and he's resting a lot in between, which makes his run not look as good as it usually does.
Yeah, you hit on a good point, Brian. The judges really commenting and looking hard at the skaters to go all the way through for 60 seconds.
But there's a nice 720 over the hip. That'll boost up his score a little bit. But John had an okay run.
More from the street course when we come back.
Got the quarterfinals coming up.
The Gatorade NISS Tour on Fox Sports Net's brought to you by Paul Mitchell. Available in fine salons only, and by Eastpak Backpack. Guaranteed for life, maybe longer, and by Bauer. Leave an impression. Leaving an impression on the street skaters this weekend has been Alexis Aja from Barcelona, Spain, Brian.
Alexis came out and shocked everyone. He's very, very technical. He goes big, and everyone is enjoying watching him here. Here he is dropping in with a huge 540, catching up a little bit, but doesn't go down. Setting up over that hip. Nice 360, using it like a little half-pipe rig. The fish brain stall coming back in. Nice top-side acid sole over the hip. But check out where he really shines. Yeah, solo to fish brain, and there's that fast plant Elliot Macchio. See how smooth he is? He's just hitting everything in his way.
Charging hard, just a second rest. Here he comes back to the Bauer box.
Nice topside acid coming in the transition. Oh, he goes for that Elliot Pornstar, but missing his foot.
This attempt there, what do you think? He just didn't get enough spring up onto the rail?
He just didn't get his front foot on, yeah.
Happens when you get tired as Alexis comes back down.
Oh, he goes for the alley-oop fish brain on the coping, setting up. Going over the pyramid, getting ready to go back up and do one more trick. He's gonna, usually does the rail. Let's see what he's gonna pull. Rocket backslide. Oh, coming off a little bit early. Not one of his great runs, but he still did a lot of good tricks.
Yeah, he was hustling around the course. I think the judges might have liked what they saw.
I'm sure they did. He still did some technical stuff. But Ray Mendez dropping it next. A beautiful Lucane 360, way up in the air, and he held his foot out. Sailed Japan over the hip.
Ray Mendez skating hard, having a good weekend as well, trying to get himself in the final four. Once again, this group of four, the two best advance.
Ray having a solid run, hitting everything so far.
Ray looking really good. Brian showing speed. He's showing he's hitting hard tricks. He's doing what you need to do, hustling. All over this street court.
Nice with the fast plant 360 coming back into the transition. Ray setting up. Little med spin over the pyramid, setting up on top of the box. He's going to do the rail or a launch. Let's check it out.
Seems like all the skaters are going up to that roasted start box for their final trick.
Yeah, you can either do the big rail, which is impressive, or Ray is going to hit the launch one more time. There's a huge Luke Hayden backflip coming up a little short off the transition. But Ray is just flying. He had a great run.
And he's not over yet.
Now he's charging with a nice late 180 over the pyramid. That was a really good run for Ray Mendez.
A very strong effort for Ray, not too far from his home in New York City here in Wildwood, and he's feeling pretty good. Another local guy just down the road in New York City is John Ortiz.
John Ortiz with a double grab 360, setting up over the hip.
Talked about John. We interviewed him a little earlier. Once again, he had the top score in the prelims. Here he is trying to get himself in the final four.
Beautiful 540 over the pyramid. John having a pretty solid run so far. Got to do a little more tricks though. Nice shoulder grind.
Might be playing it a little safe. We'll have to see.
Front side down the death rail, old school. Sometimes you don't have to do the most difficult tricks to win. You just have to look good, keep your mind, and then throw difficult tricks like that, alley-oop soul.
John Ortiz with one of the smoothest styles by far here on the tour.
Yeah, he skates so relaxed and so calm. It looks very, very good.
And John Ortiz up on the roasted start box for one more trick.
He's probably going to bust that huge 540. He had lots of speed. And there it is. A beautiful 540, but he goes down. That's going to cost him a little bit. If he landed that trick, that would have boosted up the difficulty level in his run, which he really needed.
John Ortiz puts together a good effort. Let's see if he gets through. Oh, and it won't be enough. Ray and Alexis get through.
Man, AJ, our job is so tough.
Oh, man, dude, it's just too tough out here, man.
You better put a little more sunscreen on. I think you're getting burned.
I think I'm getting burned. I feel it.
Coming up next, we got the finals.
It's the final four.
Oh, you're blocking my son, dude.
One, two, this is how we do.
Ray Mendez, you just had a sick run to qualify for the Final Four. I don't know if you expected to go all this way, but you're skating great today.
So thanks, Ryan. I certainly didn't expect to get all the way up this way. I'm kind of on a little crusade this year, back on the NISS tour. I'm going back to my roots. So you got East Coast roots here on my helmet, but I'm trying to get back to street skating because that's where we started. When we started in New York, we didn't have any vert ramps, so I've been skating vert for the last year and a half, and I qualified for the championships last year in NISS, but I didn't qualify for the street championships, and that's what I really wanted to do. So that's my mission this year, is to qualify for both.
Maybe I need to go back to my roots.
Hey,
It's
man.
working for you.
Cool.
All right, Ray Mendez, Final Four.
AJ Jackson.
Brian Smith, and together we are AJ and Brian. What's up? Time for the best trick, sponsored by SBC Clothing and Hardline and Detail Wheels. What's up? We're going to get ready to see the best trick out of the whole contest. It's on.
It is on. It's pretty crazy. What's he going to bust? Charging it down, setting up. Oh, my gosh. Bruce going big backflip twist off the launch box. Crazy. All right. Alexis set up on the bar box. Nice. Oh my gosh. Alexis with the fattest alley-oop fish brain going big. All right, this is Gil from NYC going for the alley-oop unity. Oh my gosh, Gil!
Best Trick, sponsored by Hardline and SBC. So you want some Hardline detail wheels, couple SBT t-shirts. You did the Best Trick. How do you feel, man?
Good. Only good. I only feel good.
You can only feel good. You're at NISS.
Let the dancing begin. The final four, Brian. We are down to it. And they are some good skaters. Ray, Alexis, Rollinson, and Matt Gallagher. Rollinson will drop in first, an experienced skater from New York City. Here he comes.
Rollinson setting up. Coming off a little early on that alley-oop miso. Nice soul grind over the hip.
Rollinson Rivera seems to skate better when he's on the East Coast, and he's having a good run up to the Bower box.
Missing up on that alley-oop Macchio. Rollinson Rivera setting up with a nice kind grind coming off. A little bobbly, but he regains his composure and he's setting up with a nice topside soul on the coping. Rollinson now got his game back on. Fast plant to mute over the pyramid, setting up on top of the start box again. This is where he's going to go big on his launch.
This is where Rollinson usually takes his big breather, setting up for one more trick.
He's got to make this last trick. He missed a couple tricks. Not like him, but here he goes with lots of speed. Heading in fakie. Oh, he does a zero spin Luke Kane. Very, very beautiful and very difficult. That's going to help his score 100%, Rick.
And I think it's been helping him all afternoon. The only guy pulling it off, the next skater up from Barcelona, Spain. Here in the final four, Alexis Aja.
Alexis pulling off that 540 this time.
Once again, Brian, four more skaters left. The top two scores from this heat advance to the final.
Alexis a little bit out of control on that last acid, but he regains it, and here he comes with a nice fish brain coming off fakie. Fast plant alley-oop Macchio, his game is on, Rick. He hasn't missed one trick so far, and he's still going strong.
There he comes back down the 8-footer, Brian, to the Bower box.
Topside acid all the way down, squash, very nice style. And the kind grind coming off 270, he is having a very, very good technical run, Rick.
Seems like the last 15 seconds of your run could be the most important. That's what the judges remember, and Alexis doing it right.
And there goes that alley-oop fish brain. Doesn't quite grab the front foot, but he doesn't buckle off. Med spin over the box. He's having a sick run, pulling out every trick, hitting them all perfect.
And he's got one more trick.
And a nice topside acid switching the fish brain budget, but he made it look good. He's got a lot of style. This kid really had a great run.
That's a great effort from Alexis. That might be good enough to get him in the final. Dropping in next is Ray Mendez, having a great effort this weekend.
Lots of speed. Oh, Luke Kane 360 again. Very, very nice. Sail Japan over the hip.
Ray getting big air on that Luke Kane. Probably some of the biggest air we've seen this weekend.
Oh, going frontside, comes off buckled, grabs on, almost got worked.
Puts his hand up, letting everyone know he's all right as he comes back down the court.
Coming down with the soul grind, coming back. Coming in fakie with a nice half cap, the backslide coming off perfect.
We've seen Ray look a little smoother in the earlier round.
Yeah, but he's really finishing off nicely. There's a nice med spin, only a couple little bobbles, but he's having a really good run so far. He's just got to finish up with one good last trick. Got about 15 seconds left on the G-Shock watch. Here he is heading for the launch ramp. Oh, and he busts a Lucane backflip. The judges want to see him go down the ramp a little further, but still all good.
Let's see what else he has. Last trick, a little bit tired in the end, but Ray Mendez, one of the nicest aggressive skaters you could find out there, has a good run in the Final Four.
Yeah, he really needed to hit those couple tricks he missed. He did a lot better in his prelim runs, but you never know what could happen.
And dropping in last, Matt Gallagher.
Matt coming in with a nice late 360, grabbing safety. Little bobble over the hip. Nice 360. Oh, and goes down on that hip. That really hurts. I tell you, I got some knocks on my hip from doing that myself.
That fall's going to hurt Matt because the three guys ahead of him had good runs. We'll see if he could rally from there.
Yeah, they really, in the later rounds, the pressure's on. There's a nice Macchio. Down the bar box.
You basically cannot fall in the first 15 seconds of your run if you're going to advance.
And if you do, you got to be flawless from there on out. And there is a nice topside sole. And that's just what he's doing right here. Nice parallel grab, 360 over the hip. Nice kind grind stall. Nice far maneuver. And now he's getting all the tricks in, and he's hitting them perfect. So there's a nice kind grind. So he's pulling it back out.
An excellent comeback by Matt. Let's see what he can do. One more big trick might help him out.
Setting up over the hip. There's a beautiful mute 450. He had a rough time at the beginning, but he really cleaned it up in the end.
Alexis and Rollinson make it in. One's going home with the title. We'll have it for you next on Fox Sports Net.
Which is coming up in just a few moments.
Gatorade Store on Fox Sports Net, brought to you by Hypers, makers of the Rolls-Royce wheel for Rollis and Rivera, and by Twin Cam. True greatness comes from those that do it on Twin Cam. And we are set for a truly great final matchup. Two skaters, Rollis and Rivera and Alexis Ayon, one from Barcelona, Spain, one from New York City. Any predictions?
Well, both skaters, when their game is on, are unstoppable. It's going to be interesting to see who can just land all their tricks without making any mistakes. And I think that's going to be your champion. Let's hear what they have to say. Here we are with our final two, Alexis Espijat and Rollinson Rivera. Alexis, you had some great runs. You made it to the finals. How do you feel?
Tuviste una run bien buena y está en la finales. ¿Cómo te sientes? No me lo creo, ¿sabes? He doesn't believe it. He can't believe it.
I know he's very excited. I talked with him earlier. So Rollinson Rivera, you've been waiting to make the finals. You skated very, very good today. I know you're happy to be in the final too.
Yeah, I'm very happy. You know, it's kind of hard. A lot of people are here. East Coast again. All the guys are here. It was kind of hard. Good competition, and it felt good today. Even though I broke my skate, I put some what they call fix it on it, and I went on and skated, so it was pretty good.
Real trooper, that Rollinson Rivera.
I think I want to see him skate.
Final two coming up. Battle it out. It don't matter who wins. It's who's more Spanish.
Rollinson. Man, he can do it all. Speak Spanish, American, skate hard, and here he comes trying to take the regional title here in Wildwood.
Coming off that alley-oop Macchio a little bit early, but it's that far side Macchio, 360 in, perfect. A nice soul grind over the hip. Setting up on the death rail. Beautiful Macchio. And locking on with the alley-oop Mizo.
Rollinson Rivera put together a great run here in the final round.
Nice porn star switch.
Alexis Bryan's really going to have to bring his game to beat Rollinson. He's nailing everything.
Oh, he almost came off the end of that ramp on that topside sole. You're right, he is putting together a very solid run. Making Alexis sweat, setting up for his last trick.
As you see, the official timer, G-Shock clock counting down, Rollinson catching his breath. And this might have cost him. You're wasting 15 seconds for one more trick. He could have probably done 3.
Yeah, but you got to have a lot of strength if you're going to do a trick like this. It's a zero spin all the way over. Perfect. Very good in the air. And that's going to be it. Rollinson had a very good run. He did a lot of technical tricks, and he stayed on his feet. Check out that porn star, that switch stance.
Taking a look back at some of the better moments of his run, it was all good, though.
Right off the ramp. Oh, almost went down. And there's that zero spin all the way over.
And you rate that high on the difficulty factor.
Yeah, that's very difficult to go over a zero spin. It's hard. But Alexis can really rack up the difficulty points, too. He's very technical. Dropping in. And there's that big 540. Almost goes down, but catches himself. Could have been a disaster. Nice 360. This French stall coming back in, using the whole course.
Remember John Julio from last year's championship, pulling that off every time, and that's why he was with a winner. And Alexis trying to take this regional title in Jersey.
His game is on too, Rick. He's not missing one trick. Skating very fast.
Alexis, 19 years old from Barcelona, Spain, trying to take his first ever NISS regional title, and he has a great shot at it.
Oh, beautiful kind grind down the death rail. That's a very risky move late in his run, and he pulls it off effortless.
"15 seconds left in his run. Let's see what he has."
Oh, and there it is, the alley-oop fish brain. That is going to give him a high score for difficulty. He grabbed it this time. He's having an incredible run. I would not want to be judging this contest today. I think he's done a little more tricks than Rollinson, and that might be the one that pushes him over. But let's see if he can hit this last trick. Oh, he does the rocket backslide all the way up to the end of the rail. It's going to be pretty close, but I think I'm going to have to go with Alexis on this one because he did a little more tricks. Beautiful 540, almost goes down, but then he keeps his composure. And here it is, the backslide rocket all the way up to the end of the rail, landing perfect.
And Alexis celebrates, and he might have reason to. Yes, the scores are in, and Alexis wins it.
And the results are in. Alexis, you won first place. Rollinson, second place. Not bad. You made the finals. I know you're going to spend that $500 probably on sneakers and jeans, but congratulations.
Thanks. It's good. Thank all my sponsors. Hyper, Roasters, 976, 5050. My girlfriend. That's why I got second place. I was showing off today. I brought her here for the first time.
Always for the ladies. Nice. Alexis, you got first place. You skated so much. Like, even in between runs, you were skating and skating and skating. Were you really tired?
Que patinaste mucho hoy y que tuve que en los warm-up patinaste mucho que si estaba cansado.
Sí, que estuve cansado. Yo no tengo tantos sponsors como Rollerblading, pero solo tengo uno, Rollerblading España, y los pantalones de...
He doesn't have that many sponsors like me, so he'd like to thank Rollerblade from Spain and SBC Pants.
All right, then. First place, Alexis from Spain came all the way, took home the cash prize. They got much props. One love, kids.
Watch the tram car, please. Watch Gatorade NISS for your skating action. We are back on the boardwalk for stop 4.
Welcome back to the Wildwood Skating.
Why Wildwood?
Because it's the bomb.
Yeah, we're here trying to get some girls, and even though he got a girlfriend.
So, it's all right.
Most places I've been, I get hassled by the man. But in Wildwood, I get hassled by the tram.
There's the tram car.
Watch the tram car, please.
Look out, it's packed and all, but how annoying is it? Watch the tram car.
Stay clear of the tram car and stay clear of the half pipe.
Because these guys go high and they go big.
This season, the 97 season, really has seen some exceptional skating on the vert.
We've been fortunate enough to have a lot of the pros come out, and they come out and they get ill.
It's been big-time Europeans here at the Gatorade NISS Tour that have really stole the show. And a young skater coming up big time is 15-year-old Jeremy Pennicini, who took a tough spill.
Jeremy Fettuccini isn't afraid of nothing, but he got buckled on that little fall, but he came back and he got ill.
This is one of those skaters that make NISS so special. You know, a couple years ago I remember him skating, and now he's one of the top up-and-comers on the vert.
He goes really, really big. Look at the height he gets.
Great comeback by Jeremy Pennicini. And probably the top skater here this weekend was Australia's Team Rosa's Ian Smith.
Ian Smith tweaking that backflip Renee Holgren style. Back-to-back tricks. Very exciting to watch.
And you see the names and you see the scores. We have 4 skaters left here on the halfpipe.
G-Shock.
Hey, everyone out there, party people, listen up. If you like that music on NISS, order your new NISS music CD at 888-625-MASS. Order your CD today.
Stick around with me. We'll be right back for the final 4.
Ah, there it is, the beautiful boardwalk of Wildwood, New Jersey, the site of stop number 4 of the Gatorade NISS Tour. Speaking of 4, Brian, 4 skaters left on the halfpipe, dropping in first. Team Bauer, Sam Fogarty.
Sam Fogarty coming off with back-to-back tricks right away. Usually they do setup airs. It's a beautiful 540 invert.
Judges looking for style, difficulty, creativity, and consistency. 25 points per category. And Sam right there goes down. That'll cost him.
He tries for that alley-oop fish brain topside. Doesn't quite lock on. Tries it again, and there it is. Beautiful, very technical grind, taking it to the street. That's the big points, Rick.
Sam Fogarty, a true skater who loves the sport, skates both street and vert.
There's a switch 540. The only thing he's lacking right now is a lot of height and that one bobble right there, but he's still having a pretty technical run. That might save his score.
Yeah, a couple bobbles, Brian. You pointed him out earlier in the run, and there, just a second ago, his last trick coming up, and he goes down there. So in the end, the last 15 seconds, he struggled a little bit with.
Yeah, but, you know, we're going to have to see. He had that alley-oop fish brain that was sick, but you need more than one trick.
And the next skater up is the 1996 NISS Rookie of the Year, 14-year-old Tyler Shields.
Tyler Shields coming in with the Lou Kane.
Tyler looking way more consistent and fluid this season.
Nice.
Getting a little stronger, too. I think he's up to 95 pounds.
That was a nice topside Soyal. Backslides, he's mixing up airs with grinds, really nice. He's done 3 different kinds of grinds, and he's still doing big airs.
And Tyler Shields having a good run, Brian, yet to fall. Staying fluid and smooth.
There's his invert. He's done everything that he's required to do so far. I don't know what that was.
I think that's just an end of the run, having a little bit fun. Tyler Shields calls it off, but a good run. He was less bobbled than Sam, and I think that's going to be the difference for Tyler.
He didn't have any falls, and he didn't have any stops, and that makes your run look way more fluid. But here's Ray Mendez dropping it. Let's see what he's going to pull for.
Already with the third place on the street course. Let's see what Ray can get here on the vert.
Going nice and high. There's a nice Dale Japan. Tweaking back that method. There's a nice 360 safety grab. And the fakey 540.
Ray Mendez working on his all-around skills, a street and vert skater, having a good event here at Stop 4 in Wildwood.
He's going to have to break into some grinds here. He's done mostly airs. We've got to mix it up. Let's see if he busts some grinds here now to even it out. There's a Macchio.
Missed on the grab.
Fish brain, there's his invert. This Miller flip.
Never seemed like he got into a groove, Brian. Kind of stumbled early and just really never electrified the crowd or the judges with any of the moves early on.
Yeah, he started coming off really high and then kind of went gradually to a lower pace, which is exciting if he can keep the run all the way up.
Well, the guy who's been electrifying the crowd has been Ian Smith, and he's in now.
Ian Smith going with that rocket air, going very high, staying consistent in his height. That's what the judges really look for. It's a nice flying fish.
Ian Smith, 20 years old, from Sydney, Australia.
Oh, and there it is. There's the 720 coming in with the fakey flip. Here he is with a nice cap 540.
That's 4 spinning tricks in a row from wall to wall, back-to-back action for Ian Smith.
Now he's got to do some grinds here to finish up his run. There's a nice backflip. Let's see if he busts him right here. And there it is. There's a nice way out. Gets caught up and goes front side. So he's got to get some good, decent grinds in right now. Oh, goes to the top side toe and goes down.
Not a lot of grinds, Brian, but those airs and spins were so smooth. That might be enough.
Yeah, he definitely went higher and did way more spinning tricks and flip tricks than all the other skaters, and that could be, you know, something that puts him on top.
And there's a great look at Ian right there.
Pulling that flying fish.
And the results are in, and 2 skaters move through. It's Ian and Tyler in the championship. And the Gatorade NISS Tour on Fox Sports Net's brought to you by T-Paradise, America's inline headquarters, and Ford, built, fun tough, and cojones. Use them if you got them.
We actually have about 5, is it 5 or 4?
And there's a great shot at the fun that we had in Wildwood, one of the roller coasters, the many great roller coasters on the boardwalk. And here's Tyler Shields going against Ian Smith in the final.
Busting a nice high Luke Kane. Tyler already showing that he's very comfortable being in the finals. There's a big backflip. Coming up fakey, trying to do a little backside. There's a nice topside Soyal.
Tyler Shields has the repertoire, Brian. He has the airs, he has the grinds, he has the spinning tricks. Everything you need to move on through, and that's why he's in the finals right now.
Tries to go for the switch backslide. Doesn't quite make it, a little bobble, but you still got to be way more dynamic. You got to go high, you got to wow the crowd, and that's what Tyler's lacking here.
And he's running out of time to do that as well. Another backslide. We saw that earlier. You're right, Brian. Lacking creativity in the run, and when you go against a guy like Ian Smith in the finals, that could cost you.
Yeah, it's much more impressive to do all your tricks like 2 or 3 feet above the coping. So let's see what Ian's got here. There's a nice method right off the bat. No setup air.
Nice. Ian Smith from Sydney, Australia, 20 years old, skating for Team Rosas.
Really tweaking that backflip. Oh, there's a cab backflip coming in fakey. With a nice 540, excuse me.
Ian Smith, Brian, has wall-to-wall action, and that's what you were talking about, that Tyler lacked.
And there was a nice backside royale, getting the grinds out of the way. Coming up on the Unity a little bit short. He's got to pull out some tricks right here. And there it is, Rick. Oh, he's pulling these flips back to back, winding down. I think the only thing that might pull Ian ahead, there's a nice backslide to finish it off, is that he went way more dynamic, and you know, that's what the crowd and the judges like to see, is really going high and making you run exciting, along with doing some technical tricks, which is what he did.
Place your bets now. Is it Ian or Tyler? The results coming up next. Welcome back to the Gatorade NISS Tour on Fox Sports Net. There's a look at the street course and, of course, our half-pipe gear. As the event comes to a close, it was Tyler Shields right there with the incredible flying fish, one of his best moves in the run. And then the tweak backflip by Ian Smith could not be matched. And you see the result? It goes to Ian Smith from Sydney, Australia, the vert champ Tyler Shields. Comes runner-up, not a bad effort by young Tyler, the 96. Vert Rookie of the Year, having a good 97. And just a quick recap on the official results here this afternoon in Wildwood on the street course. Alexis, Rolandson, Ray, and Matt. And for the ladies, it was Daisy Doyle and her friend Renee going 1-2. And on the vert, for the men, it was Ian, Tyler, Ray Mendez, and Sam Fogarty, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the women, it was Amanda and Susan Havlin going 1, 2. AJ Jackson having fun with the crowd again, and Brian's having fun with our sponsors.
Whoa! These things are vibrating, dude.
Yes, they do. That's Brain Shaker. This is the Panasonic Shockwave portable CD player with Brain Shaker.
What do you think of the Brain Shaker?
I think it's great. I'm going to buy it pretty soon as I can get my hands on it.
Professional opinion right there, Panasonic Brain Shaker.
The Gatorade NISS Tour on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Gatorade. Life's a sport, drink it up. And by Panasonic, the Shockwave Brain Shaker. And by Casio G-Shock, time to get tough. And by ProTech, for your mind, body, and soul. The tour moves on to Boston, Massachusetts, stop number 5, the East Coast Championship. An important event. The most points on the tour schedule were 2,000. A lot of people coming out for that one. A lot of people pumped up for it, Brian.
It's going to be a great contest. All the skaters are talking about it. It's on at NISS, 97, baby.
All right, check it out in Boston. We'll see you there. The official hotel of the Wildwood stop, the Sea and Sun, right next to the boardwalk. The Gatorade NISS Tour is produced by T-Bone Films and owned and operated by Anywhere Sports Productions in Los Angeles.
Wow. He really likes to get in there. See ya.